ECOWAS leadership commends Nigeria's swift intervention to repel coup attempt, just as Senate approves President Tinubu's request to deploy Nigerian troops to Benin Republic. Nigerian Air Force makes clarification on diversion of LIVE-9TH aircraft.
Let's stop indiscriminate slaughter all over the place. Let's have it a controlled environment.
Minister of Livestock Development assures private and international livestock investors of 100% support from federal government. Hello and a warm welcome to the News Desk of 3 on Antennas 24 live from Abuja. I am Mina Donalds. A call to defend democracy and strengthen institutions tops the agenda of the 55th Ordinary Session of ECOWAS Security Council, declared open at the ministerial level in Abuja. Garba Natala reports that the ECOWAS leadership commended Nigeria's rapid intervention in repealing the recent coup attempt in Benin, together with Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire.
The future of ECOWAS amidst regional tensions remains a key issue on the agenda at this meeting of West African Foreign and Defense Ministers. For the first time, General Christopher Musa, serving as Nigeria's Minister of Defense, also attended the ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council meeting.
The recent coup in Guinea-Bissau and the attempted coup in Benin Republic are sobering reminders. A reminder of the fragility of our democratic gains, and our citizens are understandably very anxious. They are looking to us not just for expressions of concern, but for leadership that translates into action. The discussions we have today must move beyond just reaffirming principles. They must generate decisions that offer real hope and strengthen the credibility of our institutions.
Persistent military threat, erosion of electoral infrastructures, and expanding criminal networks were pointed out as major challenges. The leadership also identified elections among major concerns, with youths who bear the brunt of instability in the region.
Let us all remain committed to preserving regional unity, advancing peace and upholding the community's constitutional convergence principles.
The bloc's leadership says it is imperative to assess security threats on a country-by-country basis. The approach is considered urgent, considering the magnitude of humanitarian crisis in member states. At the closed-door session, ministers of member states and their representatives are expected to review and report ahead of the preparatory meeting of the heads of states and government on how to mobilize and meet up with the challenges of the geopolitical pressure of the region. In Abuja, Garba Muhammad Atala, NTA News.
The Senate approves President Tinubu's request to deploy Nigerian troops to Benin Republic for a peace mission in line with provisions of Section 5, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The expeditious approval, according to the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, is to ensure peace and stability and to avoid a humanitarian crisis in the sub-region. The Senate believes the action is a step in the right direction. The Alliance of Sahel States, AES, comprising Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, has confirmed that the Nigerian Air Force C-130 Hercules transport aircraft was forced to land in Burkina Faso after entering the country's airspace without authorization. In a joint statement issued on Monday, the three military-led nations said the aircraft, carrying 11 Nigerian military personnel, was intercepted and diverted to Bobo Dioulasso Airport following what was described as an in-flight emergency while operating in Burkina airspace without prior clearance. The AES emphasized that the Nigerian aircraft had not obtained the required overflight permission, constituting a violation of Burkina Faso's sovereignty. The statement did not disclose the current status or location of the 11 crew members and passengers on board. The Nigerian Air Force wishes to clarify reports regarding the diversion of a NAV C-130 aircraft during its ferry mission on 8th of December 2025 to Portugal for maintenance. Following takeoff from Lagos, the crew observed a technical concern which necessitated a precautionary landing in Bobo Dioulasso, Burkina Faso, the nearest airfield, in accordance with standard safety procedures and international aviation protocols. The NAV crew is safe and have received cordial treatment from the host authorities. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehimen Ejodame, indicates that plans are ongoing to resume the mission as scheduled. The Nigerian Air Force appreciates the support received during this period and assures the public that NAV remains professionally committed to strict compliance with operational procedures and safety standards, ensuring the protection of its personnel while fulfilling its constitutional mandate. The Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mokhtar, has assured private and international livestock investors of 100% support from the federal government. This was when he featured on NTS Good Morning Nigeria while intimating on the outcome of the maiden National Council of Livestock Development. Deputy Governor of Borno State and Chairman of the Livestock Committee, Omar Osman, also spoke on the Ruger establishment. Theresa Ashwata Shanum reports.
Guests on Good Morning Nigeria emphasized the need for proper partnership between the government and the private investors to make purchase and consumption of livestock accessible. The issue of Ruga establishment was as well brought to the fore, which the Minister of Livestock Development emphasized the need to organize and put abattoirs in right shape to make them presentable for meat sellers and buyers, aside avoid germs and diseases. He revealed that all efforts bear on top gear to bring down prices of such as poultry, fisheries and other animals.
What we are saying now, let's organize the abattoir. This will naturally be added. That is why we're emphasizing, look, let's stop indiscriminate slaughter all over the place. Let's have it a controlled environment. Then you can now aggregate all those other byproducts of the animal. The solid waste will go into powering that abattoir into a form of biodigester. Then the sludge will now be removed after you squeeze out the methane.
Establishment of that settlement itself in Borno State is a credit. While also the most important thing I want to emphasize on the creation of this Ruga is, the resettlement of the displaced communities in our state. Mostly they are pastoralists. And, we're agrarian state, Borno State. And like in Mafa local government area, the Ruga was established because we want to bring together all the displaced communities. We have 18 displaced communities in that local government area. So we brought them together, and also a housing estate was, built in conjunction with the federal government and the state government.
This is making a way for successful livestock rearing in Nigeria to be in better state for Nigeria economy. In Abuja, Theresa Oswata Shinum, NTA News.
Nigeria is driving sustainable healthcare financing strategies by reinforcing legal protection, securing stronger leadership commitments at the subnational level, and placing domestic resource mobilization for primary healthcare at the center of reforms aimed at reversing the country's troubling cycle of poor health outcomes. This formed the crux of discussions at the Immunization Financing Champions Summit in Abuja, convened by the House Committee on Healthcare Services in collaboration with the Vaccine Network for Disease Control and other health partners. Olushe Adiabo reports.
Despite decades of national reforms aimed at achieving universal health coverage, UHC, Nigeria's health system remains chronically underfunded and overly reliant on out-of-pocket spending. At this meeting that brought together chairpersons of health committees from state houses of assembly and key actors, a national immunization program Stakeholders emphasized the need for national efforts on domestic financing for vaccines and primary health care to be fully replicated at the subnational level.
Immunization champions that have been convened here today, I think, have a major role, especially within the legislature, to promulgate laws, to restructure the way the financing is done so that the quantum of the resources is increased, but the timeliness of release is also improved.
Looking at a constitutional amendment, which is an ambitious one for us, but that covers everything, where we will have 1% of the federation account dedicated to health.
A major point of discussion was the urgent need to establish a permanent budget line for vaccines across federal, state, and local government levels to guarantee predictable and sustainable funding for immunization.
We stood up and said, okay, let's all the chairman of health committee in the state houses of assembly, let's meet together and have this discussion to ensure that the money that is being appropriated from the federal government, the counterpart funding from the state will also come and augment what the federal government is doing. Above that, the money is not the most important thing even, but to ensure that whatever it is appropriated, it's well utilized and channeled well.
The federal government has been the one only paying for all the vaccines. It shouldn't be. States should contribute to it. In addition, the federal government is giving 1% of its resources to primary health care. States are not paying their counterpart. So the key thing about this is that states need to put together sustainable and reliable resources.
If you break it down into the lowest level, you will see that it's just about 300,000 that a primary health facility is receiving in a month. That is grossly inadequate. So the state government also have to do their matching fund much more than what the federal government is putting in place. And then we need additional support also from the private sector to put in resources into the primary health care.
The Immunization Financing Champions Summit was held under the theme Securing Sustainable Health Financing Through Legislative Leadership and Subnational Action. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
This is the News Desk at 3 on NTN's 24. More reports will return after this break.
Furniture's legendary final sale of the year is here. This festive season, enjoy extra savings on luxury and comfortable sofa sets, modern and functional dining sets, sophisticated and smart bed sets, and our royal collections. Classy, premium, and truly exclusive. Shop 10 million naira and receive a complimentary Daisy tea set. Spend 15 million and take home a 65-inch smart TV. Go higher at 20 million and experience unmatched comfort with our exclusive massage chair. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online. It's big, it's bold, it's unforgettable. It's Baffy Furniture.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to...
The only tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality, and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use Arisco tomato paste and products. 100% natural tomato. Now one day. Better food now. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Thanks for joining us again. Acting Chairman of the Federal Character Commission, Kayode Oladele, has advocated a deeper partnership with the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation to guarantee equitable access to water and sanitation infrastructure across Nigeria. Oladele made the appeal during a visit to the minister, highlighting the ministry's central role in national development through water supply, irrigation, sanitation, and hydropower projects. Oladele stressed that the FCC's mandate goes far beyond ensuring equitable job distribution in the public sector, but also includes promoting fairness and the allocation of social and economic infrastructure. He describes equitable water access as both a matter of justice and a catalyst for public health, food security, and poverty reduction. Responding, the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Otsef, affirmed the ministry's readiness to partner with the Commission to advance the renewed help agenda.
No community in Nigeria should remain marginalized or water insecure due to government neglect, political patronage, or poor representation. Our collaboration with your ministry must focus on data-driven mapping of water infrastructure gaps, ensuring the equitable location of new water projects across the country.
And we also have some programs that we have on board, like the Sustainable Power and Irrigation for Nigeria. This program entails rehabilitating existing dams that we have and then incorporating the hydropower component into these dams. We are leaving no stone unturned to make sure that all the 6 geopolitical zones of our dear country, Nigeria, get all the services. So we are also in alliance with Federal Character Commission.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akame, has received an Award of Excellence in recognition of his outstanding impact on the nation's administration. Organized by Best Strategic Media in collaboration with the SGF's office, the award recognizes and rewards innovation, leadership, and exceptional public service delivery. Shehu Mohammed Dati reports.
Congratulations to you, sir. Congratulations to you.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation was presented with the award by the Best Strategic Media, an honor that recognizes the pivotal roles of the SGF's office in streamlining interministerial cooperation and accelerating key deliverables of the renewed hope agenda.
We are deeply grateful to His Excellency, our President, for championing a culture that rewards excellence in governance.
The event reaffirms the importance of meticulous public service in Nigeria's pursuit for cohesive development. It underscores that behind every major decision, from economic stabilization to security, stands an intricate network of coordination. The applause may fade, but the expectation for effective, transparent, and prompt governance endures. In Abuja, Shehu Mohammed Dati, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration has officially unveiled its team of renewed help ambassadors, a carefully selected cohort tasked with the responsibility of bringing governance closer to the grassroots. Shehu Mohammed Dati again witnessed the official unveiling and now reports.
Against the backdrop of official pomp, the ambassadors were drawn from various sectors, including youth advocacy, professional bodies, and community leadership, standing ready to take up their new roles. Given the mandate to coordinate the FCT Renewed Hope Ambassadors is a former chairman of the Abuja Municipal Area Council, Abdullahi Adamu Kandido.
The only thing I can say to Mr. President is
to reassure him and keep assuring him that there is going to be a change of narrative from what took place in 2023 and what will take place in 2027. And we're kickstarting it from our 2026 election in the area council. That by the grace of God, it's going to be 6/6 as far as we are concerned. And then, of course, by the 2027, we are no longer going to have any issue with any percentage. We are going to have a convincing leading by the grace of God.
They are not policymakers, but conduits expected to translate the government's agenda into community action and relay grassroots needs back to the administration.
We want to thank Mr. President for nominating one of us, our brother, Honorable Candido, the immediate past chairman of AMAC, who have shown his track record to the entire resident of FCT, and we have seen that this appointment is well deserved from the people of FCT. Indeed, we are grateful for what Mr. President has done. So we are so glad that today the right thing has been done.
With official unveiling, FCT residents are hopeful that it will translate into reality. The high point was the official unveiling of the renewed Hope vehicle. In Abuja, Show Muhammad Datti, NTA News.
NTA Uyo Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Akwa Ibom State Council, has been ranked among the top 3 in the artistic presentation segment of the 2025 Press Week. Kelvin Samuel reports that the NTA Chapel knocked out 16 other chapels with an over 750 membership strength to emerge second in the contest.
The week-long event, which began with a Thanksgiving service, climaxed with a dinner and award night, a night where journalists from the 18 chapels of the Union, having made several presentations within the week, gathered for the final results.
Broadcast station of the year.
One of the significant, unique part of this year's Press Week is the additional artistic presentation where all chapels interpreted the theme Journalism in Akwa Ibom State, the turning point, through creativity with eyes fixed on the big 1 million naira prize for winners. Though not a night of speeches, there were commendations from guests and national leadership of the union who are amazed at the unity among journalists in the state.
That's something I've asked that we commend you for the work you do and for all the support you have given to the administration. I'm standing up for the truth in the face of falsehood sometimes.
As we celebrate, we must also recognize the challenges of this modern information era. A time when fake news distort narratives and unverified content spread faster than the truth.
From the very beginning, you have done and indeed laid a very solid foundation. And every other administration, every other successor has built on that foundation. Today, Akwa Ibom State Council, I can say without any fear of contradiction, ranks amongst the very top councils in this country. We have done everything within our ability to ensure that we don't compromise the standards of journalism practice. And trust us, we are not going to compromise that standard.
Dinner and awards night featured cultural displays and different categories of awards. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu felicitates with General Theophilus Yakubu Danjuma retired, who turns 88th today, describing him as a distinguished statesman, soldier, and gentleman who, in peacetime and war, served Nigeria with undivided loyalty. In a statement he personally signed, President Tinubu says the occasion is a moment that invites reflection on the remarkable life of service and on the many seasons he has worked through with courage and conviction. General Danjuma's story, Tinubu says, is tied to our country's story, having served Nigeria at a time when our young nation faced severe trials. He stood firm when unity was fragile and the path ahead was uncertain. His sense of duty helped steady the country, and his record of service remains a reference point for discipline and honor. Beyond his years in uniform, he has continued to shape the national conversation through wise counsel and personal example. Tinubu said that many leaders, including himself, have drawn strength from General Danjuma's willingness to offer guidance whenever the moment required a steady voice. The President thanks Almighty God for the grace that has carried him through the years and prays that he continues to bless him with health, strength, and peace. And that concludes the News Desk at 3 on NTN News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Mina Daniels.